Uh, all right, yep. Picking back up on this environmental ingenuity type of thing. Okay, it's like, all right, let's go back to the thorns and thistles. These things, they come up because of what Cain did, like when Cain killed Abel, and this was all because Abel's sheep came upon Cain's land and basically effed up his lawn, and Cain was salty about it. I mean, I think that's in Jubilees or Jasher. There's more information in there. It's not just as it's not so. It's very brief in Genesis. It's described, but it's described in greater detail. Like, what's the fruit of the sheep? It's the wool. See, the wool and the milk. It's constantly generated. I mean, you can kill the animal and eat the meat once, which but these things need thorns and thistles, and they eat these things that are no good to us anyway. So it's like, in a way, and we let them eat these things, and then they give us their fruit, their wool, their milk, and if you need it, their meat, their skin for clothing or tents or whatever materials. That's the thing. It's just like, look, if you want to bring forth fruit you can eat all the time, you might have to tear down if you want to grow apples in this field, well, you might have to chop down the cedars and these other evergreen plants. But if you want to make maple syrup, or you know what I'm saying, syrup, sap, generate sap from the trees, because I'm realizing now how important is sap. Or I mean, it could be if you needed it. It's just and it's there all around if you just know how to extract it. And why wouldn't you extract it if you could? Because it's put there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's just same things with me learning this animal internet. It's made me appreciate giving things a second, third, and fourth look, and trying to understand, like, it helps you understand things, man. Like what's going on that you can't see. You can't see what the ant's doing down in its hole. You don't see what the bird's doing when it's in its nest, really. You know what I'm saying? You see them when they're out and about, but you don't know everything. There's all kinds of things going on right around you that you're unaware of. But when you go take a closer look, if you know how to go look, because if you walk up on birds, it'll spook them. But there is such a way that you can non-invasively get a look, or you can impose on things too. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get a different reaction. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, same thing with the environment. Uh see, what, Cain, supposedly because of the curse, since he killed Abel, but look, that curse went forth, and it's going to bring forth this wilderness type of an environment, because once a sin's done, it goes on kind of forever. Like, Cain was cursed times 7, but whoever kills him is 7 7, and his great grandson killed him, and the curse went on and on and on and on. Uh, and fighting over territories and resources has always been what's been going on out here. Like, people, they covet their neighbor's land or their things. Like, it also said in that Abel and Cain thing, when he said to Cain, he's like, give me back your clothes, because you used my sheep to make your clothes you're wearing right now. So it was like, Cain was angry about that because Abel was right when what he said to him. It's like, look, we depend on one another here. Why are you, well, you know what I'm saying? In a way, it's like they depended on one another, but yet, the farmer guy, just kind of got beef with the shepherd, when, the shepherd does need a farm to keep his flock at from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so it's like he's gonna profit from the relationship there. They're gonna mutually benefit. Those cattle can go and tread forth in the nasty environments and get rid of the stuff because it's there anyway. It's like, you cut your grass all the time, and guess what? That cuts down on oxygen production. If we let our imagine if like there were spots out everywhere where there was things were a little bit more wild, and it would help the environment. And there's ways you could work within the environment. They do it in jungle countries where they got villages right out in the middle of frickin' BFE. and they do fine there. You know, I mean, there's setbacks to it being in a remote area, but look, if you just sent forth your people who know medicine, like people with a genuine heart, not like UNICEF who just wants to get their vaccinations in you that kills reproduction. You know what I'm saying? That's their whole agenda. That's not medicine. That's pharmakia. That's witchcraft. That's devilry. That's double speech. And just like the WWF, the World Wildlife Foundation, they say they buy the lands to protect the animals, but really they buy them and they go in there and kick the natives out and then slaughter all the animals and then basically sell them to China for boner tea. In a kind of in a way, I mean that's part of it. You know, I can't say it happens like that every time, but you know, sometimes to shock people, you got to say something really, really descriptive that will wake them up from their slumber of how really utterly a con these things are, like Agenda 21 and sustainability, when it really means destabilization. It doesn't mean sustainability. It's destabilization. It's just like, why can't you grow hemp? That is all bureaucracy. That's all. It's all politics because hemp grows everywhere. It's just like what I'm saying here. Letting the thorns and thistles grow in a way, like hemp is kind of like, it's just like a weed, but yet you can use it for flax and textile, even in plastic production, all these different uses in fuel production. And because the cotton industry, the slave industry, basically boycotted it, and then they use the marijuana law as a way to stop a cheap resource, man, that could change the environment. If fields of hemp letting out oxygen, you know what I'm saying? And then the animals can come in, like the birds can fly up in there, and you know what I'm saying? And it would be a lot better than just, it's like, since no one can afford the ranches, they don't get to be used. Why not have, there's all kinds of cases of this right here where people unmindfully rape the environment and do not consider how wasteful some things that people do are. You know what I'm saying? Like alternate energy resources. They sit there, pollute the freaking planet for some stuff that is old technology because it's profitable to them. It's the whole Edison Tesla hustle. Same thing. The train was to kill the Indian, kill the buffalo, and then get everyone on a freaking plantation, dude. I'm serious. People don't get that convenience is the plantation. It's convenient for you to go to work, get the cotton on the plantation, but if you know you're out there, no slaves, doing it yourself, you know what I'm saying? Though it may be hard, but in the end, you get to reap the rewards of your work, of working the earth. This is what you were supposed to do with it: is get the fruit from it, take what you need, trade some, and then give some to the needy. Make sure you have enough that you can provide something for the needy here and there, and stash some stuff up just in case. I mean, this is and see what it is. In the Middle Ages, they used to do this where they'd have serfs on different land plots, and basically what it is you kill off all the people who own their land, and then eventually the powers keep land grabbing, and then they only let people breed who will follow their rule, and like basically, here, you get to live here, but we get 90% of the crops, and good luck with your boiled cabbage and other, you know, and your Victory cigarettes and your synthetic gin. War is peace, ignorance is strength, and freedom is slavery. Repeat that after me. To these people, and listen. So therefore, everyone that is born under a form of slavery, but and then they preach at you this works type of a mindset where, and they say that's the you know, they just push it on you when they don't push it on you accurately what it really means, man. It's like, it's those who pollute the earth are cursed, man. Just like Cain. And that murder is one way you can do it, but when you rape, it's like abusers of life, of the world, abusers of the world. So when you take advantage, you exploit, you rape the land, you rape the people. So when you rob the land, you rob the inhabitants of the land, and you rob the land itself. So you're not guilty of being unmindful of the big picture of the equilibrium of the symbiosis that the body, our body is it not going back to the earth all the days of our life. It's like we our dust flakes off us, and then event and becomes dust on the earth. So I mean, and then when you die, you're buried in the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're going back to that. Your body is anyway, but the spirit came from a heavenly realm. You know what I'm saying? So you're attached to the earth as far as it is your body, but this also things like here, for instance, when the Europeans first got to America, they could walk up to a river and just take a drink of water. There's the fruit of that society. And if everyone focused on low tech, see, low tech is really high tech. Low tech is like it's like windmills, like water wheels, like solar energy, like look, building a still and making liquor could be gasoline for vehicles.